Marina grabbed a handful of dirt and tossed it up like a magician, catching the attention of the surrounding guards who couldn't resist, as she held up a jar of dirt like it was the Holy Grail. Marina held the jar of dirt high as if showcasing a piece of art, while the onlookers stood by, silently applauding. Marina continued her performance, secretly hoping that the deal would wrap up smoothly so she could make a clean getaway. She grabbed a pinch of dirt, tasted it as if in a taste contest, while the trader confirmed its high purity. 3.2 kg dirt was like gold, drawing exclamations from nearby residents. When asked by the trader, Marina lied, saying she'd brought it from a distant western place. The trader said they used clean fresh water for calculation, offering 62 points. Marina, unsatisfied, demanded double, stunning the trader, who then looked at his boss. Despite dirt being as precious as gold, the deal succeeded. In the store, an old man divulged a secret for water. A girl with mysterious back patterns lies nearby. If someone deciphers the symbols on the girl's back, they'll find the fabled land. All knew it was a myth, yet the blonde gave the old man water, a fair trade. If you also want a reward, try 58com for job opportunities. Marina came to barter water and left a jar of currency at the counter. Marina asked about the store's location. The lady smiled, saying it was right here. The empty shelves chilled her heart. After the lady poured fresh water, Marina eagerly drank it. As she wanted another, the blonde approached, asking to mooch a drink and even offering to swap Marina's shoes. Marina avoided trouble by ignoring her as Noya came out for call to draw. Blonde confirmed with the old man and found Noya was the girl, while Helen tried to hide the patterns on Noya's back as she spoke. This only piqued the blonde's curiosity, and with a sweet smile, she hurried off. Marina then noticed a tomato tree nearby and looked down to ask. The greedy woman wanted to know the currency amount in the jar, but Marina stopped her. Helen then bluntly asked for half, as rare items are invaluable in the apocalypse. Without more words, Marina bought the store's priciest item, and she and Helen loaded the fresh water onto the boat. As they left, Marina saw elders from the fortress approaching with a request and pushed out a young girl. They wanted Marina to leave behind the seed, as per the fortress tradition, since their numbers were dwindling and they needed the help of outsiders. Marina immediately declined, coldly asserting that there was nothing here and soon everyone would be dead, and then she went back to hauling water as if that was that. Marina's dismissal baffled the elders. Any normal person who had been sailing for so long would never turn down a woman. Thus, suspicions began to brew about Marina hiding something. They waved their hands, signaling the men to act. Soldiers blocked Marina's path, claiming the elders said she couldn't just leave. As she was to untie the boat's rope, 2 soldiers rushed, grabbing her hair. Fighting too, Marina is pinned to a post. Soldiers seemed to spot something. They pried Marina's ear open, found a fish plug inside, realizing she was a freeloader. Guards alerted the town, who reacted urgently. Seeing this, Marina swiftly drew her gun, freeing the guards in agony, elbowed enemies overboard, and wielded a dagger to hold the crowd back. Unfortunately, the sheer numbers overwhelmed them, and one sneaky attacker at just the right moment kicked her into the water. But underwater, Marina was in her element, realizing the guards were laser-focused on taking her out. Marina swiftly surfaced, only to be caught by a huge net. Despite her agility, she couldn't break free. Worse still, more underwater enemies joined in, and Marina was overpowered by residents. As she was about to be taken ashore by the mob, the security chief suddenly appeared and knocked out the guards. As doubts arose, the Asal elders grew restless. The security chief rose to clarify, since he was there to uphold the order, he wouldn't ignore Marina being free from bullying. As residents nearby calmed slightly, the security chief stood firm, saying guests shouldn't be treated this way in the trading area. At nightfall, the atoll's white-bearded scholar activated the generator. As the dilapidated generator labored, a faint light finally appeared in the atoll. Far away, Marina hung in a cage high in the air. Marina helplessly watched dishonest residents loot her ship, then oddly noticed the store's blonde sneaking away at night. Marina felt jealous seeing the blonde in her shoes, who strutted proudly. She saw residents in the base gather in a room. In the conference hall, the exchange boss wore a sinister look. He pulled out a small item found on Marina's ship and described it as a murder weapon. Even though nobody knew what it really was, the crowd watched. Subtitles, he picked up an instrument, calling it a spy eavesdropping tool. The elders stared eagerly at the novel item. At that time, shopkeeper Helen questioned the dirt and unseen items the man brought. Perhaps it all came from land. Her words drew scorn from all, but Helen persisted, saying the atoll was declining. Not only were the residents rapidly decreasing, but trades were disappearing too, while the death toll continuously rose. Even the nitrogen in the ocean was teachable. Thus, if he knew the route to land, he should lead the way for the residents. But the elders took issue with this claim. For centuries, mankind never ceased seeking land, yet now must trust him. The elder said, "We've given lives, still with nothing." Following this angry suggestion, the gods targeted little Noah, thinking that eliminating her could bring them greater reward. There were whispers that the excited man was after Noah, and the atmosphere turned hostile instantly. A female elder proposed executing Noah and the fisherman, sparking an attack on Helen amid an epic veil of senseless bickering by oblivious residents. The bearded man observed keenly, eyes gleaming with insight, and dashed down from the observatory, only to find Noah's back patterns didn't fit his guess. He crumbled instantly, unable to verify after years of research if the patterns on Noah's back were a map or else. He thought the fisherman might know a solution, so he went to Marina's cage and found her feet tied, a tragic scene from a failed science experiment. Elated, he tried to study the earplug, but Marina thought it humiliation and spat at him. The scholar ignored the incident and began inquiring about the dirt source, showcasing the symbols on Maya's back and asking if anyone recognized them. Marina realized freedom could only be gained through trade. The scholar was caught by the security chief while getting a lockpick, foiling the plan.